What's going on, everyone? We're back with a brand new video live from the Four Wheel Studio, aka my car. So once again, if the audio quality differs and or you have background noise, please attribute it to that. Now, that being said, on to the topic of today's video. And again, I have to say, shout out to Too Raw for doing it, because actually I saw his video on this morning, and I must echo his sentiment. In fact, this was something that I had never heard about. Obviously, it was not widely reported. And what am I talking about now? You see who's pictured on the screen, and obviously JJ Redick has been getting a lot of run lately through his propaganda cast with LeBron James, and as well as his name is being bantered about in connection now with head coaching jobs, most notably the Los Angeles Lakers. But apparently, several years ago, he stuck his foot in some doo-doo when a Chinese production company by the name of Tencent was doing a promotional video with a lot of NBA players, and they were basically saying Happy Chinese New Year. Some said it in English, some said it in Chinese. And well, when it came to JJ Redick, apparently when you listen to the video, he uttered a slur that rhymes with think. And so obviously he had to issue somewhat of an apology, and ultimately what the company did was they removed his portion of the video and kept it pushing. But before I continue, let me allow you to hear the video, because though they did take it down, well, not take it down, but they did remove his portion of the video. Everything on the internet is in ink, and so yes, the actual the video that was cut is available. So I'm going to let you hear the words out of his own mouth, and then we're going to talk about it on the other side.
I just wanted to wish all of the NBA fans in China a very happy Chinese New Year. I just wanted to wish all of the NBA fans in China a very happy Chinese New Year. I just wanted to wish all of the NBA fans in China a very happy Chinese New Year.
Just let it play multiple times so you could hear it more than once, and you can try to hear better what he said. So there you have it. You just heard it. Those were the words of one Mr. JJ Redick, and I was reading through not only some of the comments on the video, but I was able to find some of the articles as well, and though a lot of them from what I read are attempting to carry his water and say that it was accidental. I listened to it scores of times, dozens of times, if you will, before making this video, because I kept reading people were saying, well, he got caught between trying to say Chinese and fan. And well, the racial slur in question, it wouldn't even sound the same, because if you got caught in that, wouldn't it have been Chan or Chai or something, something along those lines? It wouldn't have been, it came pretty much all the way out, and it sounded like he caught himself at the end. But what I did find interesting, and again, much respect and credit to Too Raw for bringing this to our attention, was the seeming lack of media coverage around this, because this happened, if you can believe it, back in 2018, and though it was more of a hot button issue across the pond in China, in terms of media coverage, it got very little run over here. You didn't have the Malika Andrews and the world, stomping around talking about this. They weren't talking about it on your Undisputeds or your First Takes and all of those type shows. If they did, it was certainly done in passing, which I find very interesting, considering that, the Kyrie situation, which we covered both here and on our website, was wall to wall, and he was pretty much, castigated out as public enemy number one, and just made out to be this horrible person. But here's the thing, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna round this out. But even that type of coverage, or not that type, that level of coverage, is about par for the course for both BSPN, Fox Sports, for all that. Anytime the athlete is not black, then we'll whisper about it for a day or two, and then we move on. Because even a situation such as the Chad Wheeler attempted murder, because that's what it was, he tried to kill that sister, there was very little talk about it. Very little. Again, the pressure from them, they had to be pressured into covering. They barely talked about it. And again, we covered this earlier with the COVID situation, and they got up there, and when I say they, Malika Andrews wagging her finger at Kyrie Irving, and then when the Aaron Rodgers stuff came out, I'm trying to figure out, one, they didn't talk about it, but then Stephen A. Smith was more contrite about the situation than Aaron Rodgers himself was. And then they talked about it one time, and then that's it. But anytime they can try to find something to talk about Kyrie or other athletes, they'll go full bore. Like with the Michael Irvin situation. Even when it came out, they spent more energy talking about the initial allegation, and then once it came out that the heifer was lying, it came out, that was it. They moved right along, nothing else to see here, folks. But again, this is why the rise of the independent sports content creator / sports media is important, because it is these outlets that will report the stories that they will not, that they try to bury because they have their own agendas. So again, much respect and thank you for Turah for bringing this to our attention. But with that being said, I am going to wrap this video up. I didn't want it to run for too long, but what did you think about the video, the audio? Because if I run the video, YouTube will be on that garbage, and they'll try to potentially copyright the video or something. So we've got the audio. But anyway, what do you think about what you had to hear, his comments? And what do you think overall about the seemingly lackluster or lack of response in terms of coverage that the sports media showed back then? Because, we're not talking 1978, 1988, or even 1998. This was just 2018. So it's not like they didn't have the means for worldwide coverage. But anyway, thank you for spending a few moments with us. We'll be back with more videos real soon. And as always, tell the ones that you love them.